Hello, guys. Welcome to The Heart Truth. My guest for today is Vanessa Antonio, the Philippines' leading matchmaker and the woman behind Single Events Manila, a dating and social community created to help people build real, meaningful connections. She is also a TV host, one of the most influential voices shaping modern conversations around love, relationships, and self worth. Today, we're talking about love, boundaries, dating, and the realities of modern relationships. Please welcome Miss Vanessa Antonio.
Yay!
Yay!
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here at the Heart Truth
Yes.
podcast.
We're so excited because we were researching
Okay.
ano ba yung mga netizens, what do they really want? What the questions that they really want to be answered. So, syempre, medyo pahihirapan natin ang guest natin today. Kailangan medyo magtanong tayo ng mga spicy questions. Pero of course, we're gonna be talking about you as a professional matchmaker, no? As a professional matchmaker, what do people think they want in a partner? And what do they actually need once you see them behind closed doors?
Right. Thanks for that, Heart. Before I even answer that question, I'd like to share a little bit about my background to share with you. Now, on a daily basis, we're actually talking to people about love and relationship. So, on a daily basis, we have access to people's, like deepest desires when it comes to a partner, because that's what our company is doing, finding somebody for our clients to love. So I'm Vanessa Antonio.
Yeah.
They call me Coach V. I'm a U.S. certified matchmaker. So I've studied matchmaking, the science of it, and the business of running a matchmaking business in New York, from a school called the Matchmaking Institute. It's now called Global Love Institute, and there's only one goal. It's learning how to find long-lasting relationships to people. So we do not serve clients for short-term connections. We always want our clients to get married and find that lifelong partnerships. No? And ever since, it started because I've been always curious about love and dating. Parang, like in 8 billion people in the world, how do you choose your partner?
Yes.
Paano mo pinipili yung mapapangasawa mo, di ba? Kasi ideally, you should only choose one. And so, from that, I said na instead of just listening to the advice ng mga friends, ng magulang, ng mga lola and lolo, what's a more effective approach? Kanino ka ba dapat nakikinig? And so I thought, ginagamit natin yung science to heal, ginagamit natin yung science to, solve problems. Bakit hindi natin gamitin yung science sa paghahanap ng makakasama sa
Yes,
buhay?
definitely.
So that was my motivation. So I studied psychology, sociology. And part of that discovery is I've learned about what Dr. Helen Fisher called the love map. So this is to answer your question.
Yeah.
So Dr. Helen Fisher, and she just died very recently, but she's one of the experts in love in America. And she said na ang tao meron niyang subconscious list na hinahanap nila sa partner. Note, Harta, subconscious. Ibig sabihin, there are people who says, eto yung gusto ko sa partner ko. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100. Hanggang yan yung checklist niya. But according to Dr. Helen Fisher, most of the time, it's not really hindi talaga yun yung bagay sa atin or hindi talaga yun yung hinahanap natin even if yun yung sinasabi natin kailangan natin.
Yes.
So, love map is the subconscious list of kung sino talagang bagay sa'yo at kung sinong gusto mo. And most of the time, people are looking for stability and not volatility. Ibig sabihin, gusto natin ng somebody na predictable, hindi yung parang, hindi ko alam kung mamahalin niya ako bukas. Hindi ko alam kung magiging bad person siya sa akin the next day. So, somebody who's really consistent. Pero syempre, magkaiba yan for girls and guys,
oo.
right? So, let's talk about girls muna.
Oo.
So, people would feel kind of weird when they say, ang gusto lang naman ng mga babae is mayaman.
Oo, yun
But
talaga kailangan nila lagi sinasabi.
Diba? Yun yung sinasabi.
But it's not it.
And we get judged for that because we don't understand the science behind it. There's actually a science behind it. Why women are likely to choose men na mas malaki ang resources kesa sa limited. Because subconsciously, when a woman chooses a partner, hindi lang sarili niya nang iniisip niyan. Iniisip niya ng survival ng magiging offspring niya, whether they're gonna have a child or not. So imaginein mo, for example, one woman choosing this man, saying na, oh, saan mas magiging healthy, mas mabubuhay yung anak ko? Etong man na basagolero, mahilig uminom, walang trabaho? Or etong man na emotionally ready?
Hindi ganun kagwapo, hindi
Yes.
ganun kamacho. Pero alam mong nandyan parate.
Yes, at hindi lang yun. Stable, and we're not only talking about financial stability, that's the least.
Yes.
No? There needs to be emotional stability and mental stability. Yung hindi nananakit, hindi nang bubugbog, at hindi nang abuse, whether physically and so I would say, do not judge women for wanting men with resources, because similarly, women should stop judging also men for going for attractive partners.
So,
Kasi
ito-
meron ding science behind it.
So ito na nga. So ayun ang hinahanap talaga ng babae. Pero ang lalaki, they always say gusto nila sexy, bata, fresh. So
Yes.
yun ba yung mga hinahanap ng mga lumalapit sa'yo pag kunyari, let's say, there are in, an older category, 40 to
Gotcha.
50. Ganun ba yung
Gotcha.
hinahanap nila? Mas younger?
So we do not match client who's looking for somebody half their age.
Oh.
Yes, because I tell them I have scientific basis to back this up, na mas malayo ang age gap nyo, mas hindi magiging successful yung love life nyo.
Wow,
The
that's
greater
nice.
the age gap, the breakup rate goes up. So I explain to them, or I ask them, what's the motivation for finding somebody younger? And when they say na, oh, I just, I feel young and feeling ko makakakonect pa ako sa mga young people. I was like, Kuya, you don't look young. Like, tumataas na yung hairline mo. That's not true.
Sama, di ba? Pero that's
Sorry.
so true. Kasi, di ba? Kasi people, especially, usually, pag ang tao, they come to you, di ba?
Yes.
The first thing they want is, they're successful. They can afford to hire a professional matchmaker. Siyempre, yung mga hihilingan
They want
nila.
the best.
They want the best.
They
which
want
is
the best.
normal naman siguro.
It's normal when you are a man with success, because you have a lot of access. Because they could find a girl on their own, that's for sure. But they're hiring us not because they're having a hard time to find somebody, but because they want to eliminate the noise. They want to filter the women who have access to them. So what I ask them is, why do you want a younger woman? If they say, because you know what, Vanessa, I have been devoting my younger life in building my company. Now that I'm older, I still want to build a family. If that person wants to build a family, then we are compelled to look for somebody who could still have children. So as long as your request is realistic, as long as your request is based on something that is decent, and not because you just feel like you look young.
Yes, that's true.
Then, we try to give the clients what they want. So to answer your question, yes, youth is one of the top 5 traits that men are looking for when it comes to partner. And sometimes it's not just age. It's youthful energy, youthful vibe, playfulness.
Yes,
And
that's so true.
of course, a woman who knows how to be playful.
Actually, maganda yung answer na to be playful. Kasi sometimes, people think na, kailangan maganda ka. Kailangan fresh ka. Kailangan you're very young. But sometimes, people are actually attracted to your energy.
Absolutely.
Energy is the greatest thing that you can have, especially when you're dating. Meron nga ako nakikita, di ba? People are saying, bakit hindi ganun kaganda yung babae pero nakakuha siya ng mayaman?
Absolutely. Like,
No,
ng
it's
high
not about
value
that.
man.
Yes, it's about that woman is educated. She knows how to present herself.
Yeah.
And also, she's lively, di ba? Gusto mo maganda, pero yung babae hindi marunong magsalita. At
Correct. Like you're a very accomplished woman, but you don't know how to compartmentalize. Ibig sabihin, pag boardroom, of course, you need to put your coat on. You need to be in your, like, go-getter energy. But part of becoming a smart, skilled woman is learning when to put the armor down when you're dating. And smart women can do that. They can be assertive when it comes to the boardroom, and they could be playful and flirty when it comes to dating.
Ooh. From all of the couples you've worked with, what's the one non-negotiable trait that truly predicts long-term success?
So a lot of people would say, I really need somebody who I'm attracted to. But attraction is just, your key to entering the door. What really sustain long-term relationship is when they feel emotional safety. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Kapag kasama nila yung tao, they don't feel drained, they feel recharged.
Actually, totoo yan. Sometimes, coming from experience
Okay,
talaga, no, even
okay.
from you, siguro, you had failed relationships. Sometimes, napupunta ka sa, mag-meet kayo, when it's new, you're so excited. Pero,
I love the energy.
I love the
diba?
energy. Pero pag hindi na nag-work, parang, oh my God, it feels so draining and everything talaga.
Absolutely.
That's so normal. Do you think love right now is disappearing? Or are people simply becoming more afraid of vulnerability?
So I don't think love is disappearing because now more than ever, I feel like we crave love more than we did before. Before kasi we have different sources of love. We were close to our neighbors, we were close to our family members, we were close to our friends, but right now we're becoming more isolated that we crave affection more. So I think what's missing right now is not love, but we're missing boundaries in a way that we're giving people a lot of access to us, to our emotions, to our body, without carrying yung responsibility.
Yeah.
Diba? Like with hookup, with casual sex, they're getting access to you, but they're not carrying the emotional, or they're not giving the emotional needs that you also require from a partner.
Oh my God. Di ba? Totoo naman.
Diba?
Ay,
Parang it's
nako.
just body na lang. So,
Ano to? Ano na lang, dire-diretso na sa
Diba?
kama, wala man lang effort. Totoo yan.
absolutely. And now that you've mentioned effort, I'd like to emphasize that effort is the thing that builds the bonding. So, if you're into casual hookup, wala masyadong effort doon. You go directly and do the deed. You don't feel emotionally close. And so, it's hard to translate that into love. Kasi walang nag-effort sa inyo eh. You just go for it, and then after that, thank you. Maybe you text once in a while when you
Thank
need
you
it.
next, or
Thank
you go
next.
for another person.
Diba?
Hindi katulad dati, no? Usually, I think for my age, naramdaman ko pa yung panliligaw talaga na
Yeah.
they message you. Dati wala, text na yan, kikiligig ka talaga. Oh my God! Iisipin mo pa yung i-replyan mo. Ngayon, it's really nothing. Like, I cannot believe how, because we talk about, I work with people na 10 years younger than me, and then I hear them, how they hook up. Sabi ko,
How?
parang, they're like, ano to, date lang kayo, tapos after
For
nun,
it?
yun na. Sabi ko,
Yeah.
hindi ka man lang nagpaligaw or gastusan ka muna. When I say
Absolutely.
gastusan, it's really not about money.
And it's part of the effort. Gastos, that means investing money, time, and money, time, and attention. That is effort. So yes, of course, if you want a woman to feel valued, if you want a woman to feel as if hindi naman siya tinitreat mo ng basta-basta, you need to put in the effort. And effort includes money, attention, and then, of course, resources.
Since we're talking about money, no? Ito talaga yung gustong malaman ng mga netizens natin. Is gold digger just a label people use when they can't afford the kind of woman they want?
So to answer that question, based on my experience as a matchmaker, we've noticed that name calling ng gold digger is a form of defense mechanism. So they call women gold diggers for many reasons. Number one is they couldn't afford them. They couldn't have access to them. So if I couldn't have you, I might as well label you something. Number two is you call somebody a gold digger when their standards is so high that you don't understand it. And what I've noticed with some men right now is they hate women that they cannot reach. They call them, that's unrealistic. That's because a woman wants a princess treatment. But the smartest men that I know and the smartest men that I worked with understands that you need to take care of a woman first before they give you something. These are the people who, when they approach like a woman, they don't go, "Can I have your number?" Because when you do that, you're already taking something from a woman. But the smart way to do it is give first before you take. So it could look like, the guy talks to the waiter, send them something to drink, send them something to eat, and then let them come to you. That's like one of the smartest strategy that I know, because smart men understand that they need to show some sort of investment first before woman comes to them.
So,
Not push themselves.
kasi ang iniisip ng mga tao, they're asking way too much. Bakit nanghihingi siya ng regalo? Agad-agad. Gold digger siya.
That means that's not your bracket. That's not your income bracket. Go and move on and find somebody else. Because it's different when a woman is like a prostitute working for money in exchange of sex. It's also different when a woman just have standards. They have taken care of themselves. They've built a lifestyle that they want. So why would they give up all this comfort just to be with you? Of course, naturally, they will find a man who can continue or level up that lifestyle. So I personally feel sad for men who calls women gold diggers just because he couldn't afford them. I tell them, my loves, you got to understand the science behind the things so that you'll know that it's natural for women to desire resources because women are hypergamous. The tendency is to date on their level or date up. But it doesn't mean that they require a certain lifestyle that they cannot love you. Sometimes kailangan mo lang makuha yung kiliti nila once they feel safe na, the man is happy to take care of me, the man is generous to me, then they go all out in love.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pero
So,
kasi ngayon talaga, ang weird lang when they ask. Ako, especially for me, one time I gave this comment, sabi ko, I would not date someone who doesn't have the same income as me. Because ayoko maliitin yung tao. And then I got a lot of backlash because of it. Sabi ko, did I say something negative? First of all, when I said that, sinabi ko yun kasi sinasabi ko lang na, yun na nga yung kinikita ko. That means I'm not asking for money anymore. I'm just wanting someone to find someone the same as me para walang problema because people don't really want to talk about finances talaga.
Absolutely. And we are still stuck in the dilulo that love will keep us alive. I mean, look at natawa ko sa tawa mo.
Sorry.
I mean, love in history has done so much for people, but if you are realistic enough to look at the data, one of the top reasons for annulment and divorce is financial conflicts and financial issue. And looking at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, when you have conflicts sa mga basic needs, pagkain, bahay, basic resources, kuryente, if the stress is already there, it's very stressful, how can you level up and, love your partner in a sense na you can help them to grow? Yung palang sobrang gulo nyo na. So the predictor of a long-lasting relationship is emotional safety. Ibig sabihin, how can I feel emotionally safe with you if I cannot trust you with money? If you are irresponsible with money? And let me just add yung sa sinabi mo na I understand why there was a backlash in there, but I would say that I understand also why women are dating men who are earning the same or higher because it's all about respect. When a woman does not respect a man, it's hard to fall in love.
Totoo yan, actually. Di ba? Yun talaga totoo yan. But people don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Parang people think na they can't accept woman who's doing more than them. Parang may mga ego problem yung mga lalaki, di ba?
So maybe then there's also this, they're also hang up from the past, and they don't see that now more than ever, women are starting to date not because of their lack. Kaya na nila eh. They can feed themselves, they can house themselves. They're now starting to look at dating and choosing a partner on a higher level in a sense na, you don't have to provide the basic needs. I can provide it. What else can you offer?
Yes, that's true.
So it's really a hard generation. Wait, like, to balance it, it's hard. It's a hard generation for
This
men.
is the hardest generation for men.
For men, because now more than ever, that's why
Women are capable.
yeah, that's why you'll see data in 2030, half of women are at age like 30 to 40s will be single. And it's because of our standards. And it's not necessarily bad because there's a lot of single women who are happy. But it's just really sad for men because more and more men will feel isolated and sad. Based on data, men are happier when they are partnered than women. Women, sometimes they can be happy and die alone.
That's true. As long as they have great girlfriends with them or family
Yes,
members. Oo.
because the tendency of women is they take care of their partner if you are with a good woman. So the tendency is you really live longer when you have a partner. So that's why I'd always request, look at data.
Yes.
it
So,
will
alam
will
niyo na
guide
mga
you.
lalaki, hanapin niyo na si Miss Vanessa. Eto na nga. Why are women who know their worth, syempre coming from this question, why are women who know their worth often labeled as difficult, while those who settle are praised?
Absolutely. I've noticed a lot of breakups happen when a man sees na hindi na nila kaya pasayahin yung partner nila. So that's why when a woman, for example, and I've experienced this personally, being an island girl, I grew up in Masbate, like one of the smallest and poorest province in the Philippines. And so like I've had a partner, and so my happiness when I was on my 20s was this level lang. And then I started working, I started being exposed to international affairs, and then I worked in the United States. So pagbalik ko talaga sa Pilipinas, I already have a different views of life and how to live, right? And maybe one of the reasons why looking back, my relationship didn't work is because I'm not already the island girl that you once loved. And so if your partner cannot embrace the new version of you, cannot understand your new standards, the tendency of that relationship is to deteriorate. Because men and women, we change as we go older, and sometimes when we are exposed to bigger things, we tend to think na, can we do better?
Yes.
And if both of you do not have a growth mindset, if one of you says, okay na tayo dito, but the other wants to do more, then there is misalignment, and that's not gonna be, that's not gonna last.
Yeah.
So that just reminded me of my past
Pero totoo yan,
experience.
no? Kasi di ba, syempre, kaya nga di ba nag-aaway yung tao, lalo na yung mga magbo-boyfriend, LDR, yung babae pumunta sa ibang bansa, bumalik dito, naghihiwalay talaga sila. Kasi yung babae nakakita na ng magandang buhay.
Ng bigger world.
Bigger world. And now they want, hindi ko naman sinasabi na yun na yung gusto nilang buhay. Pero sometimes, it's better nga, may mga kasabihan na parang, it's better to be oblivious, no? With everything. Kasi at least, hindi mo alam.
Yes, my love. Because it's hard. Once you've tasted caviar, it's hard to go back to...
Tutoyo. Oo, tutoyo.
And yung mga nagbe-business class, alam mo yung sabi nila, once you've gone and sat on that business class, it's hard na mag-economy ulit.
Oo.
So that's also a problem with humans, because since you've tasted something new, your standards get higher, and some people develop some sort of delusion, diba? Just imagine dating apps. Oh, I've matched with a celebrity, I've matched with a Hollywood, I've matched with somebody really sexy, really hot. Akala mo yun na yung level mo. But I would tell the girls, ladies, because sometimes these men, they would just sleep with you, but they're not gonna marry you. So it's important to be realistic about your market. And as a matchmaker, that's what we do best. We try to match the market. Ibig sabihin, yung gusto mo ba nagkakagusto sa'yo?
Mahirap tanggapin yun, ha?
Mahirap
tanggapin yun.
That's
ang
true.
gusto mo ba?
Yes.
Nagkakagusto sa'yo?
Yung market ba na gusto mo, nagkakagusto sa'yo? Kasi mamaya dyan, your dating value is nandito, tapos yung
value mo ay nandito lang. Oo.
So dalawa lang yan, heart. It's either you settle for this, or you go on self-development. And that's why we put them on mentorship and coaching. Kung gusto mong abutin tong level 9, I need you to be level 9 as well or higher. Because the tendency is we find a partner that we admire. I mean, if your partner, if wala ka namang ka-admire, like, why will somebody like choose you over many other partners, diba?
True.
So, these are the realities that are not nice to hear, but if you understand where it's coming from, you're gonna be better
Yeah.
in choosing a mate. So,
My God,
it's
parang ang
okay.
hirap tanggapin yun, no?
Mahirap yun. But what's the beautiful thing is, kahit anong itsura mo, like, however you look, you will always have a match. Because not everybody's shooting for the stars. There are people who also, and studies have shown, and this is what you call the theories that we use in matchmaking. It's called matchmaking hypothesis, wherein people tend to date somebody na same ng attractiveness level nila.
Sa akin, hindi importante yun. Pero parang, kasi
And I'm not talking about,
pero,
I'm not talking about physical attractiveness
Oo.
lang, ah. You
Talking
can
about-
also, you're talking about attractiveness, ibig sabihin, overall. So, hindi ka man ganun kagwapo, but you have a good status, you have a good reputation, that's already a plus factor.
ang bango-bango mo, ang linis mo tingnan, di ba?
Tingnan, di ba? Tapos pag
Parang
nagsalita ka, respectable.
Oo,
Yes.
parang tapos ang galing magsalita, nakakakilig yun, no?
Diba? Is that your type?
Secret. Yes, actually. Alam mo, I never got attracted to very handsome men.
Okay.
Pero ako,
Why?
I get attracted to yung kung gaano kagaling magsalita ang isang lalaki. So when they talk really nicely, very smartly, lalo na pag may MBA, ganyan-ganyan.
Wow.
I love it.
You
Oo.
want us to unpack that, why you're not attracted to like good looking, but you're attracted to people who are good in comms?
Yes.
And you are just like 75% of women
Oh.
who value, a person's character and how they represent themselves than the looks. Because data have shown na yung attractiveness ng guys, pang number 3 lang naman sa atin yon. Mas importante sa atin yung, I've mentioned about stability, access to resource, yung potential ng guy more than their looks.
Yes. Oo.
But for guys, baliktad. Since they have 60% more visual neurons, mas marami silang nakukuha sa tingin. Na nalalaman nila kung subconsciously, kung sinong healthy, sino yung fit,
Yeah.
sino yung may healthy reproductive system. So, that's not judgment for being visual because they're built like that. But I would always encourage women to use that to your advantage. Hihiwalay, it's not really because sinigawan niya ako, it's not really because hindi siya naglilinis ng bahay.
How many times in a week or in a month they do it to keep the fire alive?
Of course, as many and as much as you can, go for it.
Yeah, nakakapagod yun.
So,
Parang may trabaho ka,
yeah.
trabaho din yun.
So,